Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin charts. So yeah, as we can see, Bitcoin on the 4-hour, yeah, pretty much we dropped out this formation, this triangle. What I will do is I will remove the bottom line of it because it's obviously no longer relevant and it's cluttering the chart. But we will pretty much keep this top level and just extend it along, and then we'll have to take note of the fact that it is potentially looking like we could be forming a descending triangle here now. Actually, obviously we've got this flat bottom of support, and then obviously the lower highs you can see clearly coming in here. Still got room to run within this formation. Obviously you guys know that I much prefer horizontals to trend lines. But obviously, a descending triangle does obviously indicate a horizontal base, which we've got here around this 33,000. So yeah, losing this level will probably get us down to 30,000, and then if we potentially lose 30,000, then lose 30,000, we could mid-20s is where we'll be looking at to hopefully get caught, and then potentially continue the macro bull trend. But obviously we could be reversing the larger trend at that point. So obviously warning signals there. Also, if we do come down to about 30k and bounce, you could still see we could very easily be in the context of a larger descending triangle with obviously the base around 30k. So we could get a breakdown to around 30k, then a bounce back up. I mean, anywhere even up to this 36k resistance, or what would be old, I guess it's resistance now because we're below it, but yeah, old support turn into new resistance, and then yeah, we could play out a larger time frame descending triangle. So there are warning signs on Bitcoin. What I will caveat all this with is that we are obviously seeing rotation into the altcoins, so it is clearly going to have a drag on the Bitcoin price chart when we get in. Obviously Ethereum BTC doing this, soaking up a lot of the capital, not a lot of the capital, but soaking up some of the capital from Bitcoin. It'll be flowing out of Bitcoin into this, so that is inherently going to have a slightly bearish impact on the Bitcoin price and its chart, as we are rotating just into other cryptos. So that is not to say that crypto as a whole is looking as dicey as just individually solely looking at the Bitcoin chart could indicate if we lose some of these levels. Also, I will draw your attention to the Bitcoin dominance chart as well, which is obviously, look, this is obviously money coming out of Bitcoin and going into altcoins, and as you can see, pretty much reached our projected target from the descending triangle. So well, actually we've literally reached it to the absolute tick, and also got pretty much very close to this larger time frame trend line as well. So we are at a definite potential, definitely maybe bounce point in the Bitcoin dominance. So so I mean, what that could indicate is that we are going to have a move so either a sharp move to the upside or a sharp move to the downside in Bitcoin, that will, as we know, then the alts usually suffer in that case. Alts prefer just Bitcoin sideways, and it is no surprise that this move down here has come in during the process of this sideways move here. So are we getting ready for a breakout that is going to slam the dominance? Well, slam it to the upside. Maybe slam's not the right word. It's already been slammed to the downside, but yeah, lift it to the upside. Are we still gonna play out? Well, we could play out even. I mean, realistically, we could play out another 5 days in this formation. And then if we actually form in a larger descending triangle with a 30k base, I mean, we could play in it until, well, easily the rest of the month into February. So could still be alt season, and could still be plenty of alt season going on if that is the case. But yeah, we've got to watch this Bitcoin price. we have got to watch it. Obviously, bearish formations don't always break to the downside, and this is obviously in the context of a larger uptrend as well anyway, and then obviously with what I've explained with basically rotation from Bitcoin into altcoins anyway, which is just going to have a negative impact on this chart. So yeah, some things to think about there, some things certainly to think about. If you go to the Ethereum USD, you can see this is looking very good, holding above this level. We had this high. This high took it out, had a move above, sort of a swing failure, but realistically we came back in, and then we're still trading this support level here, still trading this smaller range. So yeah, I mean this is looking very good. I would probably suggest if this does continue to the upside, this will basically will drive Bitcoin up also. The tail somewhat wagging the dog for a brief period of time we may have. So yeah, keep an eye on that. But yeah, obviously, as you guys know, the main one for me is this one, the ETH BTC pairing, which is actually looking very similar to the USD pairing now, because obviously, if Bitcoin's not really going anywhere, then the ETH Bitcoin and the ETH USD chart will look very similar for that period of time when Bitcoin isn't really moving. Obviously, because Bitcoin is the variable there, and if it isn't varying, then it will look the same. So DXY, as you can see, this looks like it's struggling here now. Just like it's struggling to mount this, struggling to hold this lower high. So this could certainly be a driver. You guys know I'm bearish on this, but you guys also know I'm realistic that there are things that can push this up, and also I'm realistic so far as even just the chart is concerned. We could easily get up to 92s and get rejected there and come back down and still maintain the bearish posture, bearish outlook and everything. So no qualms there. But what I will say though is that we are looking like we could turn down here, and if we turn down here without even getting up to anywhere near 92s, that is clearly more bearish than what I imagined we could have been, because I thought this was very possible. So if we don't even make it there, obviously bearish. Yeah, I mean realistically, we got this low here, lose this low, then I think we will be making that swoop down to the 88s. Stocks, well, there you go, there you have it, guys. Stocks looking fantastic there. So there you go, not much else I can say about that. Nasdaq as well, stocks going for it basically, guys. Stocks absolutely going for it. Yeah, gold and silver really just sort of treading water here. Trading water, as you can see. They got whacked, they got manipulated down, and now they're just going to try and mount their comeback. So yeah, obviously that is bullish for Bitcoin. The stock market is looking good. We have got a lot of bullish factors. I mean, what I would say is the chart on Bitcoin is not necessarily looking the most bullish, and at the end of the day, we've got our confirmation points for breakdowns, and we could still hold 30k and trade. Well, I mean, like I've said, trade between the 30 and 40k range sideways for a prolonged period. No problem there. What we have got is capital moving from Bitcoin into alts, which is bullish for the overall crypto market health. We have got the DXY looking like it could break down. We've got stock markets looking fantastic. So yeah, realistically speaking, you have to have an upward bias. You do have to have an upward bias. So that is basically what I am thinking here. So not much else that I need to tell you guys this morning. So yeah, we will just have a look at the stochastics finally before we go. We have got 4 hour looking like it can turn back up, and this, if it gets going, this could, well, if it gets going, I think it will potentially get us at least testing up to this 36, and then it's a case of do we break it and start to make a move back up. Realistically, I think getting over this 38 level, then we just go full bullish again. We invalidate any sort of descending triangle, and we just take out this descending trend line if nothing else, and then continue to the upside. Let's have a look at the 10 hour, 12 hour. What are they telling us? Yeah, 10 hour wanting to come back up, turning back down again. So it's floundering. So it's just got to pick a direction. 12 hour diving again as well. So 12 hour gets down. Eventually it's gonna have to turn up. So it just depends where Bitcoin is at that point. Daily still diving as well, and we do know all the rest of these higher time frames, 2-day, 3-day, 5-day, and weekly, bi-weekly, all coming down. This monthly obviously not got the next tick yet. But yeah, so obviously stochastics, as I've said, in a bullish market, stochastics can come down whilst we bullish reset. Set them and then and basically trade sideways to slightly down in price action, and then when they have done bullish resetting and then turn back up again, that's when we get the next move to the upside. That is a read on that, but yeah, if we do look at 4 hour looking like it could get going, pull through the 10 hour, 12 hour, and the daily, and then we could actually have room for a nice run up in the 10, 12 hour and daily stochastics if we do start to make that move. Yeah, so obviously something to think about there, but I mean it's as clear as day here on this daily, clear as day on the daily, this descending triangle, flat bottom there, I mean the trend line, so got to be careful here. Let's draw a projected target of this. Yeah, so yeah, realistically it can take us down to about 25k. So I would probably say around this level would be a target, 26k. And then yeah, I mean we would be breaking macro structure if we do this, so it would get a bit dicey. Obviously this 23k would then definitely come into play, and then well, I don't really want to talk about any price low, because it's just we're not even necessarily going to break down. And like I've said, there are a lot of bullish indicators in the market overall in world financial markets to say that this will be, well, one of the times when the less statistically likelihood a scenario happens and we break to the upside. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. We will have to keep an eye on this. But yeah, we are at not immediate inflection point, but we are coming to an inflection point in the macro trend, because if we do break down from here, then we will start to look like we are reversing the trend in the macro, and if we do break above here, it just will be on our way to 60k Bitcoin basically, over whatever period of time it takes. I don't want to put a time limit on it, because Bitcoin can just do incredible things in short amounts of time. So yeah, that is it, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always DYOR, and I shall speak to you guys later on today.